Hey guys, Dave here with T- today. We are on the Talaria MX5, and I want to talk about the 5 things that I absolutely hate about the MX5. If you were to believe the title, it's kind of clickbaity. It's more like 5 minor annoyances with the MX5, things that they could do better. And they'll probably do better on the next iteration. So the MX5. The first one, I'm going to say the suspension. And this one's a funny one because it was also a pro in my pros video. But it's also a con. Because listen to this. I gotta show you, let's... Do you hear that? Oh, yikes. I almost went off the road there. That's the rear suspension clunking out on me. Clunk, clunk, clunk. Everywhere you go. Clunk, clunk, clunk. Listen to that. Hear that? So do I. It's the suspension. Why is it clunking so much? The first issue is just how clunky the rear suspension is. Man, just stop it. I'll ride and be like, am I gonna have a back tire when I get done with this? Or is it gonna be, on the ground 40 miles back there? And then I'll check on it and it'll be fine. Everything's tight, everything's cool. But man, is it clunky. We gotta figure this out. I gotta look on YouTube and see how to fix that, how to make that a little quieter. But stock, it's really clunky and kind of annoying. So that's reason number 2. Or that was reason number 1. Feels like 2 though. Man, because it's frustrating. Reason number 2. Let's talk about battery range. Yeah, that's one. So battery range on this is average. If you really push it hard and you're doing like just track, you're gonna go on like 17.5 miles, maybe 19 miles if you're just ripping it. If you're doing what I'm doing now, you're gonna get about 30 miles of range, maybe 35 if when you hit 30% you drop into eco mode. So that's it. So on a Saturday, when you're ready to rock and roll and want to ride, you're gonna go 30 miles, and for me, I want to ride more than that. I go 30 miles, or I go, half that. I go 16 miles, and I want to keep exploring and keep enjoying myself, but I get range anxiety. Oops, that's really crazy. Didn't want to hit that jump. But I get range anxiety. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. And then I put it in eco mode, and I have to baby it, and I make it home with 10%, or in some cases 3% when I did my battery test, and it's not as good as it could be, especially when you look at other options that are out there. When it came out, it was pretty good. There were better ones, but now you have so many options that are a lot better. So definitely battery range is going to be number 2. Number 3 kind of goes in line with this, with all the new stuff that's coming out. Price to performance ratio. Again, it was really good when it first came out, but then, you got the Alta Sigma, you got the E-Ride Pro 3.0, you got there's bikes that have 30 kilowatts worth of power now that are kind of in the same class. What? That's crazy. And they have larger batteries, more power, for around the same price and maybe just slightly heavier. So you really got to ask yourself, hey, is this going to be worth it? I definitely had some questions when I bought mine, because I bought mine right when it came out and I was so excited. And then they came out with all these other ones that are more powerful, that look cooler. The gearbox, that's such a pro, you have to think about that one. But yeah, it's definitely the price performance ratio. Got to think about that. That's going to be number 3. Let's see, what's number 4? Oh, stock tires. Man, those stock tires suck. They're okay for street riding, but if you get on the dirt, I didn't mind it too much going like up a hill, but I wasn't really pushing it super hard. But when I would go down, I had no traction. I felt like I was just gonna slide down the entire hill. It was crazy. So there was this one time on the stock tires, I'm making a turn And I was turning like this, just around a corner like this, and the front tire just washed out so hard. It was super scary. There was another time where I'm going down a big hill. Let's wait for a slightly bigger hill, and I'll show you. It was a big hill that I was kind of scared of, so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna slow roll this. So I do this, and my rear tire just locks up. I mean, I'm locking out my front too, and I'm just sliding down the hill because it's soft dirt. But the stock tires were just not up to it. And I was gonna wear them out. I'm the kind of guy, I don't like waste. So I thought, I'm just gonna wear out these stock tires, and then I'll put on some new ones. But after that, I mean, I probably only had 80 miles on those tires, and I swapped them out. But they wear super fast too, so they probably would have only lasted me 300 miles with the riding that I was doing. They were getting ripped up so much in all the rocks that were around here. Like, they were getting just torn up. So I am not a fan of the stock tires on the MX5. So the thing that I mind the least, and it's gonna be the 5th reason for this one, is gonna be no direct mount stem from the factory. So there's no direct mount stem, and it's just like a bicycle stem, and it's fine. I mean, it's worked out great for me. I think if you don't take it apart, you're not really gonna have an issue with it. But as soon as you take it apart, I mean, those are like those little, what do they call those? Those little things that go in the stem. It's like a one-time use. You use it once, and then you are done. You're gonna be completely used up. That's it. That's all of it. Ooh, that was really tight. That was gonna make me drop down. So that's something that I think would be really nice, and that a lot of other competitors have. So that's, you know, that's like $40 for the through axle, and another $100 for the direct mount stem if you want to get it from Warp 9 or someone like that. It's just expensive. It doesn't need to be like that. It should come from stock like that, in my opinion. That's what I think. So there you have it. Those are the 5 things that I absolutely hate. Oh, it's the worst about the MX5. Other than that, I mean, there may be other things that bug me over time, but those are the top 5 that I can think of. It's a sweet bike. You should definitely check it out. But make sure you understand what you're buying. Support's really, really good. I haven't had an issue with that at all. That's a big, huge check mark, and it's really planted, and all the bugs have been worked out. I've never had an issue with the bike not starting, issues with water ingress, or battery issues, or even battery clinking. They seem to have fixed that. It's just that rear shock that's super annoying to me. Let's go up this way. Ooh, these are steep. But thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.